Hello, hello. Welcome back, all you lovely souls, to day 15 of our journey of 55 days of Christ consciousness. I know it's been a few days since the last post, but it allows you to integrate the energies we invoke together, and you'll always be working with them, and just know it's always with you anytime, and it's inside of you. So again, I'm Gina Libido, Soul Inspired Reflections, and this 55 Days of Christ Consciousness is inspired by the Christ Consciousness deck by Amanda Ellis and illustrated by Jane Delaford Taylor. And for those of you just joining us, it's a 55 card deck, this is why it's 55 Days of Christ Consciousness. But deeper into that, the number 5 connects you to the 5-dimensional frequency, and which collectively we are moving energetically into. So it means our physical body is changing, our consciousness is waking up and expanding, our ability to love, be in the frequency and energy in love, and to embody our I am presence and integrate that energy into our physical body. And that in itself is it can be uncomfortable to evolve in every way, in the way you think, in the way you express yourself, in the way you speak, in the way you release old patterns to create new ones, which very much involves the body. It's very much a spiritual walk as well, and a connection with all life. It's how did Carolyn Mace put it? It's bioecological, spiritual, but there was a term, she kind of weaved those together. It's our biology, it's your physiology, it's your ecology, like spiritual ecology, as I've heard it referenced. But it's all these energetics, all these perspectives really wrapped into one thing, as you are experiencing all of it. Your connection to nature and your inner nature, to connect to your true essence, is very much a part, I feel, of this ascension process. And it is a process. It's a natural and organic process that every soul goes through in their own time. So today's card, we have Mary, mothering and nurturing. Mothering and nurturing. So before we continue, we're going to call on more of Jesus's energy, since we're working with he who has laid the template for all of us. And this is, again, not about religion. So if the name Jesus is activating something within you, I really invite you to connect with your heart and your body and just exhale the contraction and allow perhaps a additional perspective to come through for you as you step further along your path of light and integrate these qualities that are within yourself. Because first, you are energy, your soul's energy, it's infinite, and it carries wisdom and information for you. And yeah, this is a beautiful card already. And just as I'm sitting here looking at it, those of you that follow me on Instagram know I've been hydrating, and I even have my watermelon strawberry juice that I made for myself with mint. It's just a really nice drink in the summertime to hydrate. It's high in minerals, very nourishing. Helps digestion, helps stay hydrated, helps iron absorption. It's a really nice way to get water and hydration and minerals in a natural way into your body by connecting to these often referred to as summer fruits, with watermelon and strawberries and mint. Very anti-inflammatory and cooling to the body as well. So those of you that are in the Northern Hemisphere and even, may get to really partake in these wonderful, wonderful melons that we have. But anyhow, I say this because in this cup, it looks like mint leaves to me, and like tea, almost like she's pouring tea, and maybe even a little lemon inside there in the tea floating at the top. But it still looks like a spring day, and I see also yellow butterflies just off to her left. And it just reminds me, if I'm going to someone's home and I'm visiting and I'm taken care of in some way, and just let me get that for you. What would you like? How would, and something refreshing. And there's something to be said when we allow ourselves to be taken care of. And even in the side, it says mothering and nurture. So part of me, I think too, how are you nurturing yourself? And how interesting that I made myself another drink tonight to stay hydrated. It's been hot here. We're in the middle of a heat wave, not just in California, but across the country. And some other areas are full of water. So nurturing, how are you nurturing yourself? That goes also with food. How are you nurturing your body, your temple, the temple of your soul, right? The vehicle of your soul, your human body. How are you nurturing that, right? And then perhaps, and interesting enough, strawberries and watermelon are connected, and they have things in common from a spiritual perspective, which I've also been posting on Instagram, such as connected with love, connected with heart, connected with fertility, abundance, passion. And the watermelon is known as the food of the gods, right? In Egypt, they would bury or put in the tombs watermelon for the pharaohs, so they had sustenance to carry over with them into the afterlife. So how might you, from a spiritual perspective, because you are both spirit and matter, existing now in your body, and you're in and through your body, the soul is in and through your body, it's in and outside of you all at the same time. And how are you nourishing your journey? How are you nourishing your evolution and transformation? Because integrating higher forms of light that all of our bodies are designed to do is it can be disruptive. Okay, it can be disruptive, and your body goes through an what's called chemicalization, or even the alchemical process, right? Meaning you are transitioning your body, you're changing on the cellular level, structurally. Your meridian system and energetic lines, the way we once knew them, is also changing. And what hits too is your nervous system. When higher frequencies of energy come into the physical body, our older patterns and energetics have to leave it to make room for the new energy. Basically, the best way I can equate this to is like a computer gets an upgrade, right? So when the computer gets an upgrade, what has to go are all the old programs that no longer connect. They no longer communicate, right? And sometimes there's ways to kind of circumvent it temporarily, but eventually all those old programs have to be upgraded as well. You are no different. You also are being upgraded. That's why so many of us are aware that we're like, oh my gosh, yeah, my old way of living is changing. My old way of thinking is changing. My old beliefs, my patterns that once served you, right? Because it's what you knew, are now fading away because it just doesn't work for you anymore. It doesn't resonate in your relationships, how you approach business, how you have your romantic relationships. You're leading more with the heart versus the flesh of the body, the desire, the physical desire, right? You're like wanting something more. You're expanding. It goes into the meta, right? The meta, going beyond. So for those of you who are on your ascension path, connecting with Archangel Metatron, Meta, going beyond, he, as an archangel, holds and assists the ascension process. He governs that process. So how might you connect with Archangel Metatron or other ascended masters or beings of light that have gone through an ascension or understand what this process is in a way that you don't understand just yet from your human mind that is still limited. But your inner knowing, your soul is not limited, right? So if you trust your soul, follow those breadcrumbs to get the support and nurturing and perhaps mothering through Mother Mary that you need, right? Sometimes we need the comfort in this process in our life. How are you allowing yourself to comfort yourself in a way that is harmonious, balanced, and healing? That nurtures your soul, which also nurtures your being, right? And for me, I look at all these beautiful colors, the bright blue sky, the lush green, and different hues of yellow. And green itself is a very healing color. Very healing color. It's associated with the fifth ray. Ascended Master Hilarion is often associated to the fifth ray, but I believe that's changed. But even if it has changed, Hilarion could still assist you with the healing ray. It's also connects to prosperity and things of that nature, and letting go of the limiting beliefs that you may have surrounded by wealth. Okay, not just financial wealth, but particularly the fifth ray can also help you with that prosperity piece. But why is that important here? Why is that important here? So I'm just going to sit for that for a second. Is that prosperity piece important for this reading? Okay, I'm just waiting for Metatron to answer, and it is important for this reading. I just don't know in what way just yet. Prosperity. Well, letting go of just the financial piece to prosperity, how might you prosper by nurturing and mothering yourself, or be surrounding yourself by allowing even someone else to mother you and nurture you, right? Because some of us don't have another person that whether it's a friend or romantic relationship or partnership, it's not just romantic, but some of us may not have that. So where else might you get that? Through animals or pets can be very nurturing and caring to us, right? They lean against your body if you have cats or dogs. Horses will come up to you. They're very somatic. If you work with animals, some of you may enjoy birds or whatnot. We have something that we can give love to also, and it gives back to us. Animals are very giving. So trust that you're finding your nurturing in some capacity. It may not be directly human to human. It may be animal to human, right? Domestic animals. I don't know, maybe some of you connect with wild animals. I have no idea, but it's something that nurtures you. Okay. Nature can be very nurturing and mothering as well. You're living on what we refer to Mother Earth, right? How might you go into nature to regain your nourishment and allow yourself to be nurtured through your nature connection? And but let's go ahead. Let's see if there's anything else I can say on here. It's interesting because I'm also looking at her. I'm noticing the silver teapot, and it's reflecting back like all the hues that are around, like of her color of her outfit, the bushes behind her and trees, and all of that's reflected in the teapot. And there's something about the reflection, right? Because nurturing, how might that be reflected in you, right? How might the nurturing that Mary brings be reflected within you too, right? Because perhaps you are the nurturer, right? Maybe you have an opportunity that is knocking at your door to nurture someone or something. And how might you allow yourself to build upon that mother quality, that nurturing quality that's within you, And it's bi-directional. It's not just one direction. When I think of mothering and nurturing, it's not overbearing, right? It's not this helicopter parenting term that people refer to, but there's this allowance that comes in. And it's funny, I was actually talking to a client today, and we were talking about weaning the child naturally off the breast, and then how comforting it is for children to go to the mother in the bosom, right? It's not so much about the breastfeeding as it is about a safe and nurturing place, right? And it made me think about my own mother, when I was young, a child, and you just hop on their lap and you nestle in, and it doesn't matter the size of your mother, right? And at that time, the memory I had, my mother had an extra weight on her, and as a child, you don't think of those things. It's just your mom, right? And but I distinctly remember her being at her heavier side at that time, but it was very nurturing and comforting. So it kind of ties in also to this whole thing about the bosom and the warmth and nurturing nutrients that you get through the mother, right? And this, in some way, this is kind of more of a literal sense through breastfeeding and actually physical contact of coming to the womb and the being embraced, right? But how might that also be in your spiritual journey? How are you allowing that to be nurtured? Are you mothering that along as well? Are you allowing nature to support you in that process? Are you calling on Mother Mary? For those of you who are open to connecting to the qualities of Mother Mary, and to care for you. And there's always an open door. There's always a place at the table to come sit and have tea and be taken care of and warm and be greeted with a smile. You're always welcomed, right? So is you along your journey. You're always welcome. It's not a exclusive VIP kind of world. You are welcome along your journey. Every single soul is welcome. Yes, you do have to do your work in certain levels of attainment and frequency for certain, I guess you could say, doorways to open up and for you to attain access through them. Because like anything along your soul journey, if you don't have the ability to hold that level of light, you're not going to be allowed entrance at that time until you can hold a certain level of light within your being, right? Within your mind, your heart, your way of living. It's all connected. Your thoughts, yourself, your being in your personal power, how you manage your power. Your self-mastery, okay? Managing your energetics and your connection. And here we go. So let's go ahead and come to the book. It is number 44 for those of you who wish to, on your own, take a look at that master number, 44, and look up the spiritual meaning on your own. I don't feel called to do it today. Well, yes, I do. So let me kind of pause here for just a moment. I'm just going to pause the recording and look up 44 and the power of number 4. All right, I'm back. Thanks for your patience for that quick pause, which you probably won't notice it too much since I paused it and came back on. So the number 44, even as I was coming off camera, I think of the square, right? Because of the 4 corners and it's a stronger foundational piece. But as I was looking up the symbolism of 44, many things were referencing prosperity, even financial stability, right? So if you think of a square, it's foundation, it's solid, right? So I find that piece interesting. But I like to go to sacred scribes, angel numbers, and I just am used to going to her website, and I feel she's very on point with her angel numbers. So angel number 44. So remember, it's an amplification of the number 4. So it'll kind of come into that as well. So number 44 carries that doubled variations of the number 4, making its energies and influence magnified. So number 4 resonates with attributes of support, stability, solid foundations for yourself and others, willpower, effort, ability, worthiness, hard work, and achieving success. Okay, wholeness and inner wisdom. Number 4 is associated with our passions and drive and energies of the archangels. So just pausing there for a moment, thinking about, yeah, some of you may be coming forward and having new foundations of your work, or maybe your inner calling of what to bring to this light, bring to this earth, this planet. You may be discovering your own soul purpose and your divine work that you're doing here. And in addition to just, not just, but embodying your higher qualities. Because for some people, it's just about embodying your higher qualities and integrating the light. Others may feel driven to, I got to do this work, and you feel that draw. So you're establishing those foundations of that work, and that too requires nurturing. That too requires some mothering of a project. But sometimes you may need a break along the way. So just know that's okay, because it is hard work to achieve your dreams and success, and know that you're in your wholeness and inner wisdom, and trust that, right? Trust that. So continuing on this, number 44 asks you to pay attention to your intuition and inner wisdom. Absolutely. And bringing in your higher self too. It's both and. You got to go inward to be able to really recognize it. The more you go inward and bring in your higher self, it'll become second nature to you, where you just naturally are it. Okay, that's how you're just embodied by it, and you're responding and translating the energetic components of being human and feeling different things. You're translating it so fast back and forth, because you're mastering your heart frequency and other energies, that it just becomes second nature to lead with your inner wisdom and intuition and your higher self. Higher self's not necessarily referenced in here, but I feel the higher self, your I am presence, is very important as you're integrating that. And the angelic realm is very much here for you to assist you in processing that. It can help you be a teacher, right? Those numbers. So 44 brings the message that you are being surrounded by loving angels who wish to bring you peace of mind and joy of heart. 44 indicates that you're being given support and encouragement along your path. Like, even look at her card. It's just very encouraging and supportive, right? That nurturing piece. Like, it's like going to those of us that had mothers or someone that held that space that was nurturing. It could have been a teacher, a friend, mother, of some kind, of mentor, where you're nurtured and you're like, keep going, right? So the angelic realm, you can connect to, if you don't have an actual person in your life, connect to the angelic realm, connect to Mother Mary on her energy, and sit in meditation and just say, I need some nurturing right now. Please come and guide me. Right. And you're not giving your power over to it. You're asking for assistance, which we all need sometimes. It helps you get over any obstacles that you may face along your way. So another message to 44, let's see, it's offering, okay, inner strength and support. You will get your work done, things like that. Let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, kind of back where I was. Some of you are recognizing you're living your divine purpose and soul mission. Others of you are discovering what that is. And that's okay if you're not sure. Like I had in an other post today, don't worry about it. It will naturally evolve and come to you, and just trust you are already doing it, whether you're conscious of it fully or not. just going through the awakening process is part of what gets you toward your soul mission and life purpose. So follow the breadcrumbs of what lights you up on the inner, that inspiration, what aspires you, what your goals are, and just keep going, and the rest will be revealed to you. Okay, so be mindful of to not be in a hurry. Just be exactly where you're at. And again, maybe you have to go have a seat, go visit with Mother Mary and relax, enjoy some tea, right? And take a load off. So in that case, I'll return to the book now. It gives you some sense of the number 44, at least from that website. You're welcome to go on your own and search if some of that didn't resonate with you. By no means, like, go find what does, okay? Because it has a lot of deeper meanings. There's a lot of reference to also the financial stability piece, which that came in, right? And from the beginning, like, what did it have to do with it? So those of you that may be of concerned with where your finances have been through your hard work that you've been doing and getting through, just trust the financial stability is there or coming. It's already in the ether or in the divine blueprint. Just be patient and keep going, and trust when you need to just kind of pause and take a break and have some nurturing done. Or maybe you have to nurture your business a little bit more and focus on that. Pay attention to those things. Only you know that answer. Okay, but let's come back to the book and what was channeled through this card that may offer you some more guidance with working with Mary and mothering and nurture qualities. Okay. Mother Mary has time for you when no one else does. She is your constant place to come back to for a warm embrace, a soft voice to coax you forward, a shoulder to cry on, and a place for lighthearted laughter and joy. Within her etheric space, the table is always set, the tea's waiting, and the light on for whenever you need to visit and spend time with her. She does not judge, does not scold, has infinite patience, and has broad shoulders to help carry your burdens, as well as the heart bursting with pride for your triumphs and achievements. There is never anything too small or too big that you can bring to her door. She has heard it all before from the countless travelers from all corners of the globe that she serves. She never gets weary, never tires. Her heart is enormous and open to all. Tapped into the divine light and grace, she not only is there to listen, be present, but to model the qualities you seek in others as well as yourself. To be patient and kind, forgiving and tolerant, constant and steady. If Mary is the safe harbor to which you return, you are the ship made ready to go back out with the sails mended, fuel in your tank, and a soft breeze to guide you on. You may stay as long as you need in Mary's company for convalescence through the illness of the body, mind, and soul, or whatever troubles you. In her company, you gain renewed strength and purpose, the security of unconditional love. You may call on Mary at any time. You may be struggling with the issues linked to mothering, maybe how to be a good mother, becoming one, healing the relationship with your own, or having lost one. Some of you may never have known a mother's love, and Mary can teach and show you how to love, honor yourself. Never with judgment, always with understanding and knowing each soul tries to do the best it can in each incarnation. Healing the maternal. Healing the maternal line is also part of Mary's role, and she can help you unwind the tangled themes and challenges left there from times of old. So it's like ancestral healing on your maternal side. That's a really powerful thing to have support with. Some of you may resonate with that very much so. And you can also break, kind of, it'd be a chain breaker. So patterns are released in every timeline, so they no longer continue. That can be really, really beautiful. Mary operates at at national and local levels, helping to heal issues for women everywhere, supporting the female creative power and strengthening and nurturing qualities which have the power to transform the world. She asks you to call her in any group or gathering that needs a mother's touch. So I want to come back to this female creative power that also exists within men if we're looking at the divine feminine energies. Okay, the masculine and feminine energy exists with both male and female bodies, or really every body, right? And so just know that. So be mindful if you're taking something very literal, and recognize, oh, that female energy and creativity exists within men as well. Okay. And that is also coming into harmonics within the male counterparts to our female counterparts, not just in you, but also in, you know, your partners or loved ones or friends or other people, right? So you don't have to be in a female body to have female creativity. It's the energetic of the divine creation. However, there is this also piece to those of you that may be more taking on an active role of empowering women and being empowered in your female body. And I'm talking about those that are born into a female body. And this isn't isolating. I don't intend to be isolating those that may be transgender or whatnot. Okay. That's not my intention here. So please forgive me or if I caused any undue discord within you with that statement. Okay. Those that have been born into a female body have gone through a very unique experience as well, right? Just as men, I don't know what it's like to live as a man from birth up. So I don't know what their stressors are. I have a sense of what their life experience might be, but I didn't experience it, right? I can only speak to my own experience as a being born in a female body, having a female experience through my expression of my body and my soul. So only you know that answer. So whatever it is for you in the way you identify and relate to your physical body, and remember that you are also a soul having that experience. So even if some of you, maybe you know someone, maybe they're transgender or they identify in a specific way, the energies of masculine and feminine still exist within everyone. So I invite you, I think this is more of an invitation to also loosen your hold on over identifying with any label that's placed upon you or that you place upon yourself, and begin to allow it to have some space to detach from the identification of this material world, this physical world. Even though you're staying in the body, I'm not saying leave your body. I'm just saying, as you go inward to connect with these nurturing aspects of the divine feminine energy, allow yourself to just allow the body to soften and have less of a hold on you from a soul and spiritual level. The soul is not attached to what body you're in. It chose a physical body to come into, and that's what it's using. It's not attached to your experiences. Okay. The deeper you go into your soul and bringing forth your divine, pure essence, the less weight, I'll say, that identification and relationship it'll just change, and your perspective of it will change as your soul comes further and further forward. And as you align with your higher self and recognize your pure energy. your pure energy. And for lack of a better word, okay, because language is limited, that the physical body that you were born into, well, it doesn't have the same you'll just relate to it differently. I know for myself, like it's not that it doesn't matter, it's not the right word. You'll just have a different relationship with it because you're relating to yourself from a completely different perspective, right? So perhaps there'll be a different level or of acceptance, self-acceptance, and inner harmony that occurs, no matter what identification of gender that you may have. So I hope that makes sense. So allow yourself the room to connect with the divine energy of the feminine and bring that into harmony and empowerment, and how that is being, that creativity is being expressed through you, through your soul, through your body. And I don't just mean the physical body. I mean, like I made this drink and I was very creative to it. I had to think about, that's feminine energy when we create something. And then the masculine energy is like, okay, what are the tools that I need to allow this drink I thought of to happen? Okay. So it's the inspiration, and then the creation energy, and then the masculine energy, the archetype, kind of like the architect. Okay. I hope that kind of brings in, the perspective I'm trying to convey with as much sensitivity as possible. Okay, it's not my intent to separate or call anyone out by any means. I'm just okay, connecting to the energetic perspective, letting go of over-identifying. I too have to let go of over-identifying as well with any label or term, okay, because that can get in the way. So let's see. Power, transform the world. She asked to call her into any group. Okay, so the last paragraph here, you can never disappoint her because she always is able to see the good in you. The times you have tried, the ways you have helped, even when it fell on deaf ears. Excuse me. She's not blind to your faults, but sees them as unhealed parts and understands how hard it is to be human, because she too was once human. The suffering and pain that can be part of our mission, just as it was for her raising Jesus as the little boy, but seeing him in agony on the cross. She encourages you to never waver from seeing the higher plan and God's intentions, which are to experience life in its multifold ways and the roles we all play to walk each other home. Okay, so I think that plays a piece too, is that we're the multidimensionality of our experiences, of the soul's journey, of your growth, right? It's not so black and white as sometimes any of us, myself included, can try to make it be. Life, right? It's having that freedom to be able to express and explore in a way that's harmonious and aligned. Right. So the more you are healing yourself, you're healing the divine masculine and feminine energies within you and bringing them into harmony within you and nurturing yourself. Like Mary can also help nurture your wounds. Okay. She can also help nurture your wounds when you're feeling like you just need tending to. Okay. So those of you, again, it could be any of us, but those of you that are, some of you live on your own, and connecting to Mother Mary, even the angelic realm, can be really supportive along your journey. And because sometimes, you know, that connection that you're coming to within yourself, sometimes there can be loneliness, that feeling of loneliness along your path, because there's some aspects of your path where you will walk alone, but not to be lonely, because we have so much support near us. Nature's around us all the time too. So I know for myself, I've reached a point where I'm never alone. I'm so filled, right? And it kind of brought me into this conversation I had earlier with a sibling of mine. And, because I'm no longer in law enforcement, and I put in a certain number of years where I do have a pension I can pull from when I have the age to retire according to their numbers, right? And but for some reason he's like, oh, people are retired, they got to have their hobbies and blah blah blah. And he's going on and on, thinking, I'm just thinking, okay, one, I'm very much aware of, I like have other interests, right? And number two, I don't even think about the retirement age, because I may retire from a career, but I'm not retiring from life, right? So where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, maybe the point was coming, but there was a point to this. I think how did it have to do with nurturing? Anyway, I lost the point. Forgive me. I lost the point. Maybe it'll come back in a minute, because it did have relevance, and now it seems to have left me. But there's something in this reading. I'm gonna go full your tank and soft breeze to guide you. Yeah, so I think the reading says itself. We've kind of touched on some things even before opening the book, but how might you nurture yourself, right? And take a load off when needed. And we brought in, it's both men and women. This is not isolated to just women. It's the divine feminine energy within you. So let's see what card, maybe angels, can support you on your nurturing and mother qualities. Sorry, I'm moving kind of slow. I think I kind of have a rib that's slightly out of place today while I was working. Let's see which ones I'm gonna ask. Is it the light activation? No, is it the angels? Is it keepers of light? Okay, so we're gonna pull from two decks. The Keeper of Light deck by Kyle Gray, and the Diana Cooper deck, Archangel Oracle cards. Okay, and the Keepers of Light. And we'll just see. I think it's just one card from each to support you develop your the energy and qualities of mothering and nurturing. And maybe it's even getting comfortable with being nurtured and mothered, and to offer that to someone else, because that too can be a quality within you that perhaps needs practice. Maybe you weren't shown that, and part of your learning here is to learn how to nurture and mother yourself. I actually know quite a few people that's part of their journey, and the last time I saw them, they were still struggling with that and not seeing that. They were very much stuck in the human experience still. And that's okay. You'll be done with it when you're done with it. And but to be able to go, oh, what is this experience offering me? What am I learning here? Okay, what am I learning here? So we had one card fly out of the deck in the Myriam, Sacred Vision, and we see the Vesica Pisces here. A lot of times it's depicted this way, but we're seeing it vertical, and it's our divine union coming in, your divine union of your masculine and feminine energies. Okay, some of you may have counterparts that are coming into union with you as well, meaning another person, and those energies coming together. But Sacred Vision. So I'll just sit with that card for a little bit while I pull an Archangel card as well to guide us along our way. in the qualities of mothering and nurture, which I find it's a lovely quality. So I think that's what it was with the whole retirement thing. It's like, how are you nurturing your time, right? How are you being productive and active, right? And for me, I just thought to myself, wow, I don't know if my relative, my brother knows me that well. Like, I love leisure time. I have plenty of things I fill my time with. And having it's my life's changed so much that I don't think about maybe retirement in the way that he does or ever did. Really, it's not my goal to work to retire. It's my goal to just live, and it's my goal just to live and do things I enjoy doing. So and yes, having financial stability supports that. So in any event, so let's have one card from the Archangel deck, Metatron, to assist with nurturing the qualities of mothering and nurture. What can assist us? Which angel can assist us? Let's see which one wants to come out. Okay, Archangel Azriel comes out. It's time to let go and prepare for change. That can be very interesting. Let's see, I'm hearing one more card from the angel deck. Hi, Gus. You guys can't, oh, you can see him. Gus came out. Hi. You gonna sit? Maybe a little bit. He hits a certain point where he's like, it's time to go to bed. And for me, I work when it's quiet, so I can just receive and feel the energies. All right. And Archangel Muriel. Oh gosh, how perfect. Trust your own wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. And I used to have his aura spray out here, but it's put away right now. But in the aura spray, I think he's love and beauty. If I think about that correctly. So let's sit with those two cards. Hi, guys. Sit. It's okay, buddy. And we're going to bring in a little more of the divine feminine energy. I have the Mary Magdalene spray, so I'm going to ask that spray support us because it's representing the divine feminine. And so we're looking at Mother Mary, who has the divine feminine quality within her. And we're going to ask for bring in another Mary to support us with that. Oh, sorry, Gus. Yeah. And Gus probably came out because he could feel the energies. Animals often do. The drink matches the, look at that. It's always fun. Mint. Okay, back to the cards. Thank you for indulging me while I have my watermelon strawberry drink and mint. So the Myriam Sacred Vision, we'll start with this one. How is this energy going to assist you? If we look at this, there's very much like a twin-like energy, right? So some people some of you may also be thinking of maybe twin flame energy, stuff like that. But let's put that on the back burner for right now and just look at keeping it with the divine qualities within you, your masculine and feminine energy, but also the sacred vision. How is that relationship to nurturing and mothering, right? What's the sacred vision? What is that? What's it even mean? Come here, Gus. Up. Good boy. Okay, and in the message here, it says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And that's a similar message that Mary gives you. When you see Mary and go to Mother Mary, She's seeing you without judgment, with full forgiveness, with the wholeness of you and all your experiences, that you are always welcome at the table. So how might the Myriam assist you in coming into that quality within yourself, with others and yourself, to forgive yourself, right? To forgive yourself and to forgive others, and recognize that it's a it's in the energy of all that is. It's part of your journey. It's part of your journey of all that is, and everything is interrelated. So to hold on to any animosity or regrets or resentments does not serve you. Yeah, it's there, but is that the energy you really want to continue to bring forward? If you're harmonizing your masculine and feminine energies and coming online to the ability, this is self-mastery, the ability to master forgiveness, compassion, healing. This is part of healing. It's part of coming into harmonics. Okay. Harmonics, bring harmony to the world. Archangel Sandalphon, who's been sitting out since the last few readings, and bring harmony to your world will bring harmony to the world, right? So you're divinely connected to everything. So bringing forgiveness to yourself. And I'm hearing that word betrayal, and this feels like I'm actually talking to people directly here. Those of you that have experienced betrayal on any side of it, okay? It's not blaming one person. Betrayal involves many people, okay? The one who is betrayed, the one who does knowingly does the betrayal, and so many other things. It can be very, very convoluted. So how might you forgive everybody and yourself? Right? So if there's multiple parties involved, let's see, what's a good example is an affair. Okay. When you or someone are part of an affair, there's at least 3 people involved in that betrayal. And so many times people will remove themselves, like, oh, that's on the married person or the one that's committed in the relationship. No, it affects all 3 of you. All 3 of you. And that's just in that immediate bubble. That's not counting the friends and other things that it may impact, or kids or things like that. So I bring up that because it's a tangible, it's a relatable, occurrence that I think many people can, whether you've experienced it or know someone who has, you know what that means, right? So but it's such an but remember, energy, we're talking about energy, okay, through our actions. So betrayal, you have to be able to forgive yourself, you have to be able to forgive the other person and the other parties involved, without any judgment, without any resentment. And this is going into your I am presence, your higher self, right? Because there's also what happens in acts of betrayal. People take sides, and there's no sides to take, right? Because ultimately, if you're outside of the relationship, you have no idea what's gone on inside. If you're also partnered off already, no one truly knows what's going on between you and the person you're partnered with. Right? Nobody truly, because even the parties involved don't even know what's going on, if you really want to think about it, because they're not communicating properly, or there's something happening that leads one to go into an affair. So there's something happening internally with that person, perhaps with the relationship, and even the other person, the third party that chooses to be in a relationship like that, of betrayal. Okay, this isn't judgment, okay, of this occurring. It happens to many people, whatever side you're on, and of it, and it can get messy, right? But the point, bringing this home, how do you forgive? and heal from that? How do you forgive and heal from that? And that is a tall order for some of you. Some of you, I can feel already being really angered that you're like, I'll never forgive that person. So I ask you, where does that leave you in your self-mastery, in your alignment, in your wholeness and raising of your vibration? Where does that really hold you in the Mother Mary qualities of forgiveness, of seeing everything in you, the shadow sides, the choices that were not of the highest intention, that were not aligned, right? Maybe you went into it with good intentions, but was it really aligned to cross that boundary? So this is a tall ask for you to go inward and into your higher self and forgive, because really you're not mad at the person. You have to get past the emotional layers, the human layers. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to have the experience of anger. It doesn't mean that, or any of those things. But if you're still holding on to that, you got to ask yourself, how is that really supporting you to be free? How are you holding space for yourself to even nurture yourself or nurture another person? Right? Because you never know, that experience that you went through, once you've healed it within yourself, there may be someone in your life that comes to you that's going through that similar experience. And I say similar experience because you're not having their experience. You had your own experience with it. So once you've healed that within yourself, you're able to show up for that person like Mother Mary, neutral, no judgment, and hear their experience without casting your own experience over them, without projecting your own experience on theirs, because you don't know their experience. You only know your experience in this example of the trail. Okay. So how can you reach that point? Call on Mother Mary, reach that point of to forgive, so you can reach that sacred vision of divine union. I'm going to read the card on this, on Myriam, because it's like a mirror, even in the name Myriam. And I even see myrrh, right? Like myrrh. I'm thinking of that oil fragrance, myrrh. And I think of Jesus and the wise men. But this is a mirror image, because you're both sides to that coin. Okay, so let's see what wisdom on this Keepers of Light deck has for you on the Myriam and Sacred Vision, because it seems important in relationship to Mary. Mm-hmm. I think it might start with the T. Okay, the Myriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Oh, yeah. So part of that whole thing, you have to be able to see the light in all of it. Okay. Because every soul is going on their journey. Everything's an opportunity for healing, but you have to bring light to the things in yourself and others. Okay. The ability to see that from the I am presence, that higher self. Okay. That's the self-mastery piece. Okay. So remember, you're being that soul, the I am, and having the human experience all in one. But how might you begin to live through the presence, through I am, through love in everything? So about the Myriam, which means the beloved, are twin flame angels. Yeah, see, twin flame, who come as one. They are mirror images of each other. They are the angels who appeared in Mary Magdalene in the womb of Jesus, after his passing. These angels spoke, how funny, and we even brought Mary Magdalene's energy in with the divine feminine qualities. These angels spoke directly to Mary and helped her move beyond her grief so that she was able to commune with Jesus once more. They can help us move beyond the cloud of grief too. They heal grievances of all kinds, indulgences, ones that have been created by religion or the idea that God does not love or accept us because of a mistake we once made. The Myriam help us remember that we don't need to ask God for forgiveness because he never condemned us in the first place. Never condemned us in the first place. So if we're never condemned in the first place, why are you condemning other people? Why are you condemning other people? And that includes yourself. Be neutral. Mary's neutral and loving. Extended message. There is a real opportunity for you to remove beyond grief or grievance at this time. The Myriam are here swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with spirit. Okay, a sense of union with spirit. You are loved beyond your words. Choose to see the light of God in everyone and everything, and to love without boundaries. To love without boundaries. So when you're holding on to all these grievances, you're limiting your ability to love. That is standing in the way of loving without boundaries. So what is the Rumi quote? Is your job is to let go of everything that stands in the way of love. And I'm paraphrasing that, but let go of everything that stands in the way of love, to give it, to receive it, to see it in all things. Honor others and honor yourself with the sacred vision. You are in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. So go to Mary, okay? Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. And she will assist you with that. Safe harbor. She's a safe harbor. Okay, now we go to Archangel Murial and Archangel Azriel. It's time to let go, as Azriel came in first. It's time to let go. Prepare for change. Prepare for change. And we have Archangel Muriel. Trust your own wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. So as you're coming into your divine union, and how this is all related to Mary, nurturing, it's neutrality and love, okay? It's acceptance of all that is. You're coming into that sacred vision, okay? You have to let go of the past. You have to let go of your past indiscretions, the past experiences, bring forth the wisdom, because you gain wisdom from these experiences. Bring forth the wisdom of the experiences so you can bring that forward into your life and into others that are perhaps want a seat at your table of nurturing, right? As you master that quality to nurture yourself and nurture others through what I would say neutrality. Okay, where there's no judgment, there's just an experience. It doesn't define you or anyone else because you are a child of light. You are a being of light. You are within your God self, your I am presence. Okay, so Archangel Muriel, that love, that wisdom, that beauty, and look at it, even connecting with that beam of the moon light, the stars, the subtle, the unseen world, right? The etheric, and bringing that to earth, the waters of your soul. But it's also this ceremonial, the smoke too, of like, it reminds me of shamanism or anything where you just burn the incense or the fire and you send your prayers up through the smoke. But you're trusting your wisdom and you're bringing in your psychic abilities and connection to all that is through the light, through the air. We have the air element through the smoke, and it's going up weaving up into the sky. And you could also say maybe it's weaving down into his hands, right? But there's a sacredness to it all. And even that energy, that light looks like it's coming out through the hands, down through, right? It's not, it doesn't even look connected to the moon in some aspects to me. But you're beginning to trust your higher guidance, your I am presence, your embodiment a lot more. So to be able to do that, we must let go of our past stuff, and we're preparing for change. You are actively changing as we speak, as you connect, as you're activated. So what does this have to do with Mary and the qualities of nurturing and mothering? And the interesting thing, look at Azriel holding a baby, a golden child. How perfect, as we're talking about Christ consciousness and then actual Jesus too, but Christ energies are within you. Okay, that's a level of attainment and energy. We have the infinity symbol above Muriel's head. Your soul is infinite, your energetics are infinite, and you have the power to purify your being. You have a power to be in the sacred vision and be pure and in union with your divine self, your I am presence, your divine qualities, the masculine and feminine energy that runs within you, igniting that Kundalini energy, right? So let's let go of that, let go of this construct that it has to do with another person, your twin flame energy. It's the divine union within yourself. That's what this represents. It's the divine union within yourself, the masculine and feminine energies within yourself coming into harmonics. And how might you be in full union with that? And this is part of going to your spiritual sovereignty. Okay, your spiritual sovereignty, moving away from codependence, into sovereignty. So your relationships are of any kind, will show up totally different, because you're not seeking wholeness from someone else, because you already are whole. You are changing for that. You're letting go of the way you used to be and going through an alchemical process, right? On a cellular level, on a DNA level, and in an energetic level, biological level, you're changing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's all happening simultaneously. You just have to let go of trying to control it, but yet embrace it and nurture it with the golden light of the light that's within you, that you can connect to at any time. Connect with Mary, and she'll teach you how to nurture and let go of things, no doubt, and to hold the sacred vision, and to forgive, and to bring forth the wisdom, and trust your wisdom. That's part of trusting your sovereignty, your intuition, your I am presence, your higher guidance. So you become your own guide through your awakening process. That doesn't mean you may not have mentors or things like that. These are all mentors. These are all mentors and guides. Right now, Mary is the one taking you along the nurturing and mothering and reminding you how to do that within yourself. And we have Archangel Azriel and Murial to support you along the way through wisdom and letting go. It's an active surrender and nurturing. So you can have your divine harmony of your divine union of masculine and feminine energies within yourself, and embody your Christ consciousness, your crystalline body. That's all I have for you tonight. I'm just going to hold up Mary one last time for you to take her in. Beautiful. Have a really blessed day, and I'll see you soon for day 16. Again, I'm Gina Libido, Soul Inspired Reflections. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, gina@soulinspiredreflections.com. I'm also on Instagram under the same name, Soul Inspired Reflections, and you can message me there if you'd like. And I'd be happy to support you through a reading if you feel that's for your highest good. Have a really blessed day.